Hello everyone. Good morning and good afternoon to all dear authors and invited guests. Welcome to the technical session 6D. Myself, Saksham Sarraf, and this session will be moderated by me. On the behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation, it's my great pleasure to welcome you in International Congress on Information and Communication Technology, ICICT 2023, London, United Kingdom. The eighth version of this conference is organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was held in London on 20th and 21st February 2023, and the virtual version are held through Zoom yesterday and today, that is 22nd and 23rd February 2023. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive sessions throughout the day. In this session, we will have 6 presentations, and each presentation will be given 12 minutes for the presentation and 3 minutes for question and answers. And I'll raise a gentle reminder in 10 minutes. If you have any query or any update, just write it to me in chat box. And I request all the invited guests, if you have to stick with us till the closing remarks. Now, before starting the session, I'd like to welcome our session chair, Dr. Prashant Sutre. Dr. Prashant Sutre has been more than 17 years of teaching and research experience. Currently, he is working as an associate professor in the Department of Information Technology of MIT School of Engineering in MIT ADT University. His publications include more than 25 papers in international conferences and journals. His research interests include algorithms, privacy, and Turing machines. Welcome, sir. Now, moving forward, we'll have our first presenter, Abhishek Koti. Abhishek Koti. This paper on an electronic digi with white can for the virtual impaired person. You may start your presentation now.
Good evening. It's Dr. Akhil Khare, and I'm presenting a paper on behalf of Abhishek Koti. I'm a second author of a paper. Basically, it's a student implementation related to a social cause. So, just allow me to present and share my screen.
Yes, go ahead.
I hope my screen and voice is audible to all of you.
Yes.
Yeah. So today the presentation is more about related to the electronic digital white cane for a virtual impaired person or a person who are physically challenged in terms of eyes, or people who are not able, due to some age, they are not able to see in the evening, or they are not able to recognize some object due to some age after 50. There are some issues related to that. So the screen is not blank or dark. It's a feeling. Physical impaired people who don't have a CI, how to see the world. So that's the one of the inspiration of to develop the device. Abhishek Koti, who is a son of a doctor, eye doctor. He has a idea about that. He used to interact with the patient. He identify from his childhood lot of problems that they are the patient who have a eye challenge they are facing, to identify that. And as he's a third year of engineering student, he feels that there's a scope to implementation of such a project. So the implementation of the project is objective of project is improve the skill, competitive skill, develop the assistive technology, enhance the social life for a blind, imbibe the independent learning for a blind people, educate the blind people, as well as improve the sensitive efficiency of a blind people. So these are the input, output, and a processing unit. So we take our input in terms of image, in terms of motion, in terms of position, in terms of distance. We have some component in terms of sensors, camera. I will go in a detail. Then after that, what we are doing image processing in terms of object recognition, animal detection or face detection. With the help of that, we are also using this type of technique for the security purpose, distance monitoring, position tracking, motion tracking, speech synthesis, and feedback analysis. It's produced the control signal and output in terms of vibration for a blind people, or sound in terms of they can identify the object. So I'm going to share the device is already developed and implemented. So it's showing the actual view. It's basically a cap. In that cap, we are having some hidden devices in terms of battery, camera module, LiDAR module, ultrasonic module, vibrator, and speaker module. So what's the outcome of that? It's provide the feature extraction. I will try to complete that in next 3 to 5 minutes. Don't worry related to that. The outcome is text, object detection, distance calculation, obstacle detection, and motion sensing in terms of supporting in terms of speaker and ear. So we can consider as a multifunctional support, affordable and inexpensive. Not a cost is very much. It's not an expensive device. So it's showing the technical block diagram. The scanner take a input, doing some pre-processing, feature extraction, pattern matching, identification, the objects, identify and we developed it in our OpenCVR Python. So that screen showing a application. With the help of that, we can give that cap or the device to old age people who are problem related to night blindness. The device work, and I personally observed that many people who are old age people, they are not able to recognize the currency. So this type of feedback we receive from the patient, they are not, and I just willing to share here one point also. In 2019, Indian government specified that the new currency note is not too feasible for the blind people. They are not facing the problem to identify that. So we are going to do vaccination for that problem also, and the device is working fine and it able to recognize the currency, security also. They're giving a traveling assistant, so it's considered as a digital can, so blind people can move easily, and it also support the object recognition. In terms of security, we can implement that. So what are the outcome? First, the main motive of that research is to build a confidence in the blind people. The device is durable, its work, if you fully charge, is work approximately 6 to 7 hours. It supports the object recognition and update the blind people, and it's supposed to cross the road at different times. We are also, because the blind people are moving out, and it's not easy that they will come back in a 3 to 4 hours for that. So that point of view, and we receive the feedback from the old age people, we also implemented a solar and battery operated. And the device is very easy and comfortable to use and execute. So what is a target of our product or target of our research? Is it useful? Yes. If the left screen shows that the requirement of the issues of blindness, it increased after 40 to 60, and after 60, maximum people, more than 15.42 people are not able to walk easily. So we are on the basis of that, on the basis of the requirement, we are develop our device, which is easy to wear, and this is the content of data number of requirement in blind. So as the device is already working, I am sharing some snapshot of the device. So this is the device able to recognize the currency. It's able to recognize the objects. it's able to recognize the sign and traffic symbols, so blind people or anyone can easily move in a night also. So as the project is already developed, we complete with the projects, and I just willing to share that we applied this in one competition called IIT Bombay E-Yantra Innovation Challenge. There is a 5 rounds, and our team is already cleared the 4th round and the pre-final journal round in Pune. So we are going to participate. If we clear that round, we are going to qualified for IIT Bombay main challenge, which is in maybe in a month of last week of March in Mumbai. So I'm not willing to go to detail related to devices, what they are doing for the processing. We have a chipset. Then high definition camera we are using. Previously we installed for 4 GB. Now we, to improve the accuracy, we move towards this to the 12 megapixel camera. Then other devices related to sensing and other thing. And I'm willing to mention that the development cost of project is approximate 40,000. But our government, as we already apply for a government of India, if any government willing to take over and manufacture this unit in a large scale, the production cost may be down as 10,000 and its support for a pure and blind people. So what's our outcome? The screen is showing the outcome. With the help of our device, a lady who are not able to see in the evening or in a night or maybe in the afternoon, if there's a blindness, so she can see the rows. Our device identify that it's a roads in a garden, so they can enjoy the life of a human. So I'm done with my presentation, and it's open for a discussion, please.
Presentation, and I really appreciate your contribution to solve the societal issues. Could you just focus on the technical aspects of the proposal that you did?
Sir, your voice is a little bit not audible. If you don't mind, please repeat a question. I think it's mute now.
I was just asking about the technical aspects of all the sensors and the type of scientific theory which is being used for detection as well as recognition.
Sir, it's tough for me to give the answer. Why? Because it's my student project and he developed all the thing. So if you ask for a too technical thing, it's difficult for me to explain now.
Okay.
I am a mentor of that, and I'm guiding the student. It's a basically final year project of our BE student.
Okay. So it's a wearable device, right?
Yeah, it's wearable device. If you want, I will show the demo also. The video is available with me.
No, that is fine. That is fine. Okay, thank you and good luck.
One more request from my end for the organizer, if it's audible.
Yes, please.
I am presenting the paper in behalf of Abhishek Koti.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
are there any possibility, because the registered author is Abhishek Koti? So will you please issue a certificate in name of Abhishek Koti?
Yeah, that's we can put to the committee. No worries for the same. Still, if you have any question, then you can write to the support ID. No worries.
Yeah.
Thank you, Akhil.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation, sir. Now, I would like to invite Hugo Arias Flores.
I think so, Saksham, we have to verify with the current presenters that the Hugo Arias Flores or Liang. Is there any other co-presenter or co-author is available? Because I think so there's 2 author have a 3 presentation.
Yes, sir.
The author is able to see, and the Eric have a 2 presentation with the paper ID 429 and 430. So I don't think so that Hugo and Leong is available. So we'll look forward to start with the presentation of the Eric.
Okay, sir. So now I invite Eric Blankenfleur with this presentation on security assessment on a USB debugging enabled virtualized Android TV. You may start your presentation now.
Yes, hi, good morning, good afternoon. My co-author is the one who will present this study. So yes, please, thank you, Mr. Anabe, go ahead.
Excuse me, is my PowerPoint is viewable?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Is my audio is clear?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So greetings everyone. First of all, I am Dean Marvin Villanueva, and on behalf of my fellow members, which are Hans Christian Duniega, Archie Mangubat, and Ireland San Pedro, and Dr. Eric Blancaflor, I will be the one who will present the study titled Security Assessment on a USB Debugging Enabled Virtualized Android TV. These days, smart TVs, particularly Android TV, has emerged as the industry standard due to their processing and internet connectivity capabilities and support for Web 2.0 features. However, one of the primary issues with Android TV is the potential collection of private data, making it vulnerable to security concerns. As Android TVs become sophisticated, they can gather, store, process, and share large quantities of personal data, making security a fundamental feature. As shown in the figure, the study utilized the National Institute of Standard and Technology, or NIST, cybersecurity framework as their conceptual framework. It was utilized due to its purpose, which is safeguarding assets from cyber attacks and increasing overall security. And as you can see, the NIST framework contains 5 phases. The first phase is the identify, where the process of gathering important information that is relevant to the study through various research and related studies. The next phase is protect, which provides techniques and methods that users can utilize to protect their Android TV's overall security. The tech phase, where the process of detecting and verifying all the possible vulnerabilities of an Android TV through the security assessment. And next is the response phase, where the appropriate approaches will follow the vulnerabilities identified in the detect function. And lastly, the necessary actions are outlined in recover phase if an organization is affected by a cyber attack. The study aims to conduct a security assessment on a virtualized Android TV to determine and understand its possible existing vulnerabilities and their corresponding solutions, specifically in a virtualized Android TV security features. The simulation test was performed in the study by using a virtualized Android TV Oreo version 8.1 in Oracle VM VirtualBox. Also, Kali Linux operating system was utilized in the study because this is where all the security assessment tools that were utilized came from, such as Nmap, which acts as the listener and scans the open ports of the virtualized Android TV, ADB shell commands, which was used to check and execute the file directory of the virtualized Android TV, while CRCPY was utilized to control the virtualized Android TV. The study's delimitation is limited to conducting a security assessment on a virtualized Android TV and not on a physical one. So for the related works, the first study is tackling security issues of a smart TV. A smart TV connects to the home network to deliver services such as video streaming. It utilizes Ethernet and Wi-Fi to stay connected. After connecting the TV to the network, the next process is to input login information and access the menu displaying the applications or new apps could be installed from the app library. Although when it comes to connected TVs in the network, privacy threats, botnet concerns, and Wi-Fi network compromise are all significant concerns. Other security risks with smart TVs include the opportunity for hackers to corrupt them in order to access residential Wi-Fi installations and breach other network devices. Some of the most significant downsides of utilizing smart TVs include the danger of cyber attacks, the possibility of crashes, malware, and spy cameras. Not only are computer systems are vulnerable to attacks, but smart TVs are also considered a potential target device by attackers. Some attacks gain insight of a smart TV because of the user's actions, specifically if the user is not well informed about signs of viruses or attacks. The most frequent ways that device misconfiguration leads to a cyber attack include leaving ports open, employing insecure protocols, enabling debugging tools, relying on weak and default passwords, and using unused services, and so on. These examples increase the success of an attack. For the next study is a security and privacy analysis of the Android TV ecosystem. In this study, they carefully analyzed the Android TV ecosystem, collected around 4.5K TV apps from various markets. Furthermore, the study contrasts and emphasized the fundamental differences between popular streaming programs, TV, and mobile incarnations. The researchers supplied a static analysis pipeline for TV app analysis, in addition to traffic analysis, experiments, and manual analysis. Simultaneously, it was determined the most TV applications display potentially dangerous and privacy invading tendencies, and that monitoring and advertising libraries are mostly to blame in these cases. The next study is Smart TV Attack Through Hijacking. The study discusses an evil screen attack that can be used to gain control of a smart TV through its remote control. The attacker combines infrared, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi to exploit the wireless channels and obtain the password for a secured VLAN. The attack takes advantage of the smart TV's less secure wireless channels to force Wi-Fi provisioning and then ties a fake remote control to the TV within the same VLAN. The study concludes that this attack is possible on multiple smart TVs. And for the last study, which is the Android smart TV's vulnerability discovery via log-guided fuzzing, as smart TV IoT devices became more popular over time, most few studies have evaluated their security. And the study developed a novel dynamic approach to detect possible physical problems. And the study revealed that there are 37 unique vulnerabilities after analyzing the 11 Android TV boxes. A descriptive research design with a quantitative approach was utilized in this study since it is focused on gathering profound data based on the number of respondents who are knowledgeable about the security features of their Android TV and their awareness of its existing vulnerability features. The eligible participants chosen in this study are users or owners of an Android TV aged from 18 to 60 years old, since they can provide relevant information in achieving the study's objective. Furthermore, purposive sampling was utilized in this study as the method of gathering respondents from the participants. The study utilized an online survey questionnaire, specifically Google Forms, to gather the respondents' relevant information regarding their overall knowledge and awareness of their Android TV security features and existing vulnerabilities. Based on the survey results that were conducted in the study, from the 50 respondents who answered, most of them are aged from 18 to 25, having a 96%, and most of them are males, which has a 68%, and while the 32% are females. And moreover, based on their responses, most participants are unaware that their Android TVs are prone to security risk and vulnerabilities, and most of them are confident in their Android TV's existing security features. As you can see, these are the 3 security assessment tools that were utilized in this study, such as Nmap, Android Debug Bridge, or ADB, and CRCQI. So this is the security assessment results shown in the figure. The first step of the security assessment is to ping the Android TV using a Kali Linux to verify the connection, and 6 packets were sent. And after that, the virtualized Android TV received all packets. Shown in the figure also, after validating the connection of the devices, Nmap was utilized to scan the open ports. The following open ports were found using Nmap are 5555, 8008, 8009, 8443, and port 9000. Afterwards, the next process that the study made for the security assessment is the packages needed for the ADB CRCPY are installed in Kali Linux. And next is, as you can see, the Android debug bridge shell was utilized to connect to the virtualized Android TV via the VirtualBox. And next is, in this part of the assessment, an attacker can execute malicious commands to the virtualized Android TV due to the Android debug bridge, which is an example, a command for displaying the files on the virtualized Android TV was executed. And as shown in as displayed is the CRCPY was installed on Kali Linux, and in this part, the CRCPY was utilized to demonstrate how it can control the virtualized Android TV by connecting the IP address with the port number based on the list of the device attached. In conclusion, it was proven that most of the respondents are not fully aware of the dangers and risks of their Android TVs, and they are confident in their security features. Furthermore, through the security assessment test, it was identified that there are various open ports and an attacker could exploit them. It also lacks a firewall, allowing a three-way handshake without repercussions. And furthermore, the study demonstrated the risk of activating the USB debugging option in the Android TV's developer settings. The utilization of an ADB is also crucial since it is for installation and debugging, which can be delicate if an attacker uses these to compromise devices. For future researchers, the study is highly recommended to perform the security assessment on a physical Android TV to analyze its vulnerabilities further and test if the study's results would be similar, and also to improve its overall security by implementing an additional security feature such as integrated firewall for the Android TV to block the unwanted applications. So as you can see, here are the list of references for the study. And that is all. Thank you for listening.
So thank you, Dean Marvin, for your presentation. You did a survey, right?
Yes.
So have you selected the participants for the survey?
Yes, we selected. The target participants for our survey are only users and owners of Android TV, since they are the ones who will provide the relevant information for us, since they are the ones who are utilizing them, those devices.
Okay. Are the students?
Excuse me.
Are they students?
Yes. The age range for the target participants are 18 years old to 60 years old.
Okay. So what is the outcome of the assessment?
The assessment were able to conclude that there are various open ports which could exploit those open ports by utilizing the Kali Linux tools that were utilized. And also it was concluded that by activating the USB debugging option in Android TV's developer setting is very crucial for an attacker. And also we conclude also that based on the survey, most of the respondents are not still fully aware of the existing vulnerabilities that their Android TVs have possessed.
Okay, thank you for presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, so the next paper will be presented by the Eric, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so now I invite Eric with his paper on CNN Book, a web application for seeking gigs and booking performance. So you may start your presentation now.
So yes, can you see my screen now?
Yes, Eric, go ahead.
Thank you. So I am Eric Blancaflor, and together with my co-authors, Jean, Bernardo, Elijah Cali, Pauline Vivero, I'm here to present our study entitled Seek and Book for Seeking Gigs and Booking Performers. The order of this presentation, I'll have my background of the study, research question objective, the scope of the project, significance, a couple of related studies, methodology, results and discussion, and then conclusion and recommendation. So music has been a way of expressing oneself and can be a source of their of anyone's livelihood. So either play in a band, become a member of the orchestra, create songs, and make music for movies, television shows, or commercials. Every event around the world has musicians play music to their audience. Implementing an event is not separated from the services of musicians, let alone a music event, music festivals, and other events. So musicians dominate services to fill the event, but it is difficult to find about their existence because of the limited information needed to find musicians on the loose. This is according to the study by Batubara and Batkiar. So it will undoubtedly take a long time for musicians seekers to find musicians to make a booking. In the Philippines, it is widely known having outstanding performers that even some are fortunate enough to have their talents recognized by either local or international scenes. Yet for this generation of music players and downloaders, interesting issues are still unresolved, where despite the development in the recent technology, several musicians are still left behind. Today, as much as they want to make their music known at its best quality, it is being surpassed by what popular music industries promote. For these unsigned musicians to gain popularity or have the opportunity for their career, they must look for gigs or do any freelancing job to somehow keep up with the cost of living and aid their needs to fulfill their passion, which is conquering the music industry. And so with this, the proponents in the study were motivated to come up with a platform, a website that be able to connect organizers and then those musician seekers to musicians or bands. So the proposed web application enables users, which is the organizer and the musician, to create a job and communicate with each other, with the listeners as a default user. So the project can be summarized with the following. So like we have the organizer as a target user in the system. So the organizer as a user in this proposed system can book musicians for their events, and organizers can also create a job wherein musicians or listeners can apply. Musicians, on the other hand, for this account, they are the users who can receive a booking request and they can accept or decline a booking message request from the organizer. The musician can also create a job wherein organizers or listeners can apply. And on the other hand, we have this added feature in the platform, in the website. Listeners, they can apply as band members or even qualify as musicians to any organizer's event that can also view and react to posts. These users can use some of the web's functionality, but creating an event or job is not applicable for the listener account. So I have a screenshot here. This is the actual screenshot of the proposed system that we have, which is entitled, our trademark is Seek and Book. The scope of our system, the main users of the web application includes local unsigned musicians, event organizers, and music listeners. Only event organizers are allowed to book musicians and create events. And then both musicians and organizers can create a job. And users can create threads. They can also create posts and react to posts and also send messages to other users in the system. They can also send an audio file. So registered users may only access the web application, and this proposed system will help assist any musicians in forming bands and promoting their activities. This project is specifically intended for local unsigned musicians having difficulties finding gig around the city and event organizers looking for suitable musicians for their events. The project aims to make booking much more straightforward and which takes time to find a gig or book musicians. The project, in its limitation, is not focusing on creating contracts and processing payments. And also, there are a couple of features that might not work in mobile phones. This is actually a result of the test we have conducted. Again, I have provided here, the brown one is one of the page of our um, platform, proposed platform. So next. The significance of the study, this will benefit definitely musicians, solo artists, bands, and musicians, and also organizers. It will also be valuable, a valuable tool to assist students who need additional resources to study booking systems for local musicians. We've looked into a couple of related studies, like based on the research by Tabasum, according to this study, most workers are always online and in touch with their respective clients, and technological innovations such as electronic deliverability of jobs and fast internet connection have increased the supply of remote jobs that can be performed by freelancers. According to study by YZ, internet booking applications have been viral, and these applications have concurrence features and perform real-time, high reliability, and security. According to a study by Fiorentini, in this paper, they discuss the importance of providing a system method or process that may allow performers, promoters, and venue owners to negotiate booking contracts. And another study by Batubara and Bakhtiar, they propose a booking application of music services, but this is for mobile devices. And this is to help musicians make the search and ordering process easier by leveraging technological advancements. The app that they develop, mobile app, it provides a service that connects musicians with musicians, and musicians can search and book other musicians. And they have features with portfolio videos utilizing the YouTube API. So in the design of the proposed system that we have, we use this methodology. We have conducted interviews and survey to bands and musicians. Actually, one of our members actually owns a band. So that's the reason why we came up with this study. So the proposed study has the following feature. It has this recruitment. In the recruitment module, any user can post a job or look for a job. Interested applicants can message the post author by clicking the job posted. And there's also a response where an organizer can create an event and book selected musicians, and the system automatically sends a message to the invited musicians. The musicians will choose to accept or decline the organizer's invitation via the message. And once any user applies for a job, the system will automatically send a message to the creator of the job offer. And all users can create a thread. It's like a forum that's for discussion onto the community page and can make comment to any user's thread. So all users can send an audio file, and all users can also follow each other. And then as for the booking module, they must create a user for this module must create an event before booking a musician, and only organizers can make the booking. And also only organizers shall be the ones to provide the contract. A couple of design deliverables that we have. I have a process flow here. As shown in the process flow, specific users can post a job and can be viewed and applied by any other user. And once a user clicks the job offer, it will be redirected to conversation with the author of the offer to discuss further details. They may also decline if they're not interested in the offer. So I have like a screenshot here again of the proposed website that we have. Seen again in this another process flow. In here, organizers must create an event before booking a musician, and then in the event, organizers can look for their preferred musicians. They click the book now for them to see, and then from the musician's profile. Okay. And once a musician fully accepts the offer, they can now click the accept button from the organizer's invitation, and their profiles will be added to the organizer's event. As shown in the use case diagram, all of the users can register, and they will be checked by MySQL for authentication and uniqueness of their credentials, and can access the trending, events, jobs, threads, and can also edit their profile after logging in. The admin that's us, the admin of the website. We can be able to manage every user, manage every post, and maintain the database. Then the musician and organizer account, they can create a job for some users to apply to. Listener account, on the other hand, can create a job, but can apply for a specific job. So this job tab on the web app allows certain users to apply for their desired job. And the organizer, we can find a local band or local artist and book them on their desired date. This is the system architecture that we have. This is divided into 4 major components: the local application logic, the server application database, and we have like 29 external resources, like external tools. First component is what the user interact with, and using both the web browser and its main features allows the user to utilize the application thoroughly. And for administrators who maintain the website, a website browser is enough. And then the user interacts with the features through the browser, which connects to the backend server of the application, which is the server application logic. This houses all the functionalities within the application server. And all components interact with the server, and we use the MySQL tool. All the textual data are stored here. We did a couple of testing. Well, first we had functionality tests to ensure all the functionalities we set in the proposed system are working, and indeed, of course, it's 100% working with all the functionality tests to assess the satisfaction of the user with the idea that we had in this proposed system. We did conduct a usability test. So a user acceptance test questionnaire was given out to respondents. We used the PSSUQ tool to conduct a summative assessments. And the review take place after the system, of course, has been completed. We use a Likert scale to interpret the data. And the questions are divided into usefulness, CCUs, also in, and another criteria and where being assessed is the information quality and the interface quality. So the result, the system usefulness evaluation indicates that the users are not satisfied using the system. This actively illustrates that the user were able to learn the system at once, which enabled them to accomplish the tasks and scenarios readily and comfortably. As for the next half of the questions, is to identify whether the information shown on the website is helpful to find what they're looking for, like with gigs, events, or trends, or maybe just a basic information. Target users are also satisfied. With instructions, users can comfortably navigate and correct any mistakes that they might experience, like editing event information or unfollowing other users, so on and so forth. So they find the result also finds that the user in this manner are also satisfied. They are also satisfied. As for the system quality information, also it has a result. It resulted to a satisfactory rating. So, okay, and then so these are the results. And then conclusion. Yes, conclusion. So organized information or detail plays a considerable portion in the decision making. Because comprehension can be obtained from having a clear view of elements rather than from a visual that is in plain text and numbers. So this is what the findings that we have based on the on the design plan that we had in this project. So the study again aims to provide a more straightforward booking and job finding for musicians. And based on the result of the user acceptance test, it proves that the target users, are satisfied when it comes to information quality and interface quality. Furthermore, the web application shows its effectiveness by creating a platform specifically designed to connect organizers and musicians. Although there are few limitations when it comes to the user interface of the website, users were still able to navigate the website And this study could also serve as a guide for future researchers who are planning to conduct this for their local music industry. It is recommended in this study that future researchers would give opportunities to other local performers or future researchers would add other users to this kind of a platform, like a comedian or stage performer, so on and so forth. So these are the references that we had in this study, and this ends my presentation. I'd like to thank you for listening.
Thank you
Yes,
for
thank you.
the presentation. Yeah. Dr. Dodre, any comments?
Yeah, thank you for presentation, Eric. So how do you identify the fake musicians on web application?
Sorry.
How do you identify
Okay.
unauthenticated or fake musicians? How do you check their profiles?
Oh yes. Like if you notice, we had this feature in the applied in the proposed system, trending musicians. So in here somehow, like for example, if I'm a musician, and many I find in the prototype that I had many booking transactions. So somehow it gives an idea to the organizer that I am a legitimate one. So actually that's one thing that we have considered in our proposed system. Problem here in the Philippines with musicians, it's not like say a doctor or a dentist that you can check if they're licensed or not. So the only way for you to figure out if they are a legitimate one is really just like with like online products, you really have to look into ratings and reviews, and if they are trending, that's a way for you to figure out if they are really serious in the product that they're offering, or like in this case, in the service that they're offering. Like in this case, the musicians.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. So I think so, sir. We do not have a rest of 3 presenter.
Okay.
Any presenter for the another paper? I think so. Dinah is joined the session. Yes. She's from the 7D session. No worries, sir. We don't have any other author for the 6D. So we look forward to close this session, Saksham.
Okay.
Okay, sir. So I sincerely thank you all the authors for their excellence present and participation, their presentation and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope you enjoyed our sessions and they are informative enough. We, on the behalf of the whole team, thank you for your support during this version of the conference and the previous 7th version of the conference. And we'll be happy to have you in the 9th version of the conference in 2024. All the presenters would be getting their digital certificate in 2 or 3 working days. And further, all the papers are already forwarded to the Springer, and the publications would be live in 6 months. So kindly cooperate with the team of ICICT 2023. I also thank our session chair, Dr. Prashant Dotre, for chairing the session. A token of appreciation to the chair from the team of ICICT and Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. Thank you for your valuable presence, sir.
It's my pleasure to be a part of this conference, and best wishes from my side.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aman sir. I hope you're doing good.
Yes, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Just to all the presenters to turn on the camera for the quick snapshot of the memory. Yes, with the count of 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Look forward to the next session. Thank you, Prashant sir, for the valuable time. Thanks a lot. Bye. Take
Thank you.